Did you know that 1 in 6 children is suffering from a neurodivergent condition? This is not a mere statistic, but a reality that underscores the prevalence of neurodivergent conditions in our society today. Neurodivergence refers to the natural variation in the human brain regarding sociability, learning, attention, mood, and other mental functions. It includes conditions such as autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and others. The term is often used to highlight the fact that these are not abnormalities, but simply different ways in which the brain functions. Now, let's put that 1 in 6 figure into perspective. Picture a typical classroom, maybe with around 30 students. That would mean, on average, 5 students in every classroom would be neurodivergent. That's 5 students who may perceive, learn, and interact with the world in ways that are fundamentally different from their peers. And this isn't a static number. Interestingly, and somewhat alarmingly, the prevalence of neurodivergent conditions has been on an upward trend. Year after year, more children are being diagnosed with these conditions. The reasons for this increase are complex and multifaceted, ranging from better diagnostic procedures to changes in our environment. But whatever the reasons, the fact remains that neurodivergent conditions are more common than ever before. This rise in neurodivergence presents a unique challenge, particularly for educators. Teachers are often the first to notice these differences, and they play a critical role in supporting these students. But without a proper understanding of neurodivergent conditions, teachers may feel overwhelmed and ill-equipped to cater to these students' needs effectively. Let's consider an example. Imagine a student who refuses to wear school pants because the texture of the fabric is uncomfortable. Some teachers might scold her, not realizing that this could be a manifestation of sensory sensitivity, a common trait in many neurodivergent individuals. But a teacher who understands neurodivergence might approach this differently, perhaps by allowing the student to wear pants that she finds comfortable, thereby reducing her stress levels. With such high numbers, it's crucial that we understand what's happening in these children's brains. Because when we do, we can create an environment where every child, neurodivergent or not, can thrive. To better comprehend what's happening, we need to delve into the field of neuroscience. Neuroscience is the scientific study of the nervous system, encompassing everything from the intricate workings of the brain to the complex network of nerves connecting it to the rest of the body. It's where biology meets psychology, and it's crucial to our understanding of neurodivergent conditions like autism. So, how does neuroscience differ from traditional science, you might ask? Traditional science often focuses on observable behaviors and their causes. It's about cause and effect, action and reaction. But neuroscience goes a step further. It goes beneath the surface, exploring the biological and chemical processes that drive our behaviors and experiences. It's like having a backstage pass to the grand theater of the human mind. When we apply this to autism, the picture becomes more nuanced. Traditional views may see autism as a collection of symptoms, of behavioral quirks and social difficulties. But neuroscience shows us it's not that simple. It reveals autism as a neurological difference, where the brain's wiring and structure vary from what's considered typical. It's not a disease to be cured or a problem to be fixed. It's a different way of experiencing the world. One fascinating aspect of neuroscience is the concept of neuroplasticity. This is the brain's ability to change and adapt throughout an individual's life. It's like the brain's own personal fitness regime, constantly strengthening and reshaping itself in response to new experiences and challenges. For autistic individuals, this means that with the right support and understanding, they can thrive and excel in their unique ways. But why is this important for teachers? Well, education isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. Each child brings their own unique neurology to the classroom, and understanding this can help teachers tailor their methods to meet the needs of every student, including those on the autism spectrum. The key takeaway here is that we don't need to wait for a diagnosis to support these children. Neuroscience gives us insights into strategies designed for autistic students, which can be beneficial for all children. It's about creating an inclusive and supportive learning environment where every student can thrive. We often hear about the increasing prevalence of neurodivergent conditions, with 1 in 6 children affected. This can seem overwhelming for teachers, but the best teachers are those who take the initiative to educate themselves. There's no instruction manual for these students, but understanding the neuroscience behind their experiences can be a powerful tool in a teacher's arsenal. And remember the student who couldn't bear the texture of her school pants. By understanding her sensory sensitivities, a common aspect of autism, her teachers could adapt their expectations and reduce her stress. It's a small change, but it made a world of difference to that student. Understanding neuroscience gives us a new perspective on autism, highlighting how it's not a deficit, but a different way of experiencing the world. It's a reminder that sometimes we need to adapt our rules and teaching strategies. And that is perfectly okay, because at the end of the day, education is about nurturing every child's potential, no matter how their brain is wired. Teachers play a pivotal role in shaping the lives of neurodivergent students. With 1 in every 6 children suffering from a neurodivergent condition, the classroom has become a complex landscape of diverse learning needs. And yes, this terrain can feel overwhelming, but the beauty of teaching is in its capacity to transform lives, especially those who need it most. Now let's talk about neuroscience and autism. It's a topic that's not traditionally covered in teaching curriculums, but it's a vital piece of knowledge in today's classrooms. Understanding the science of the brain can help teachers comprehend why an autistic student might act or respond differently. It's not about labeling or diagnosing, it's about understanding and empathizing. Let's imagine a student who refuses to wear school pants because the texture is uncomfortable for them. Some might scold, insisting on adherence to rules. But when we understand that sensory sensitivity is common in autism, we can instead adapt and allow the student to wear comfortable clothes. This simple act reduces stress, making learning more accessible. So what can teachers do? First, they can educate themselves. Yes, there's no instruction book handed out on the first day of school, but there are resources available. Books, online courses, webinars, even forums where teachers share their experiences. The knowledge is out there, waiting to be harnessed. Second, teachers can implement strategies designed for ASD kids. These might include structured routines, visual aids, or even just ensuring a quiet, calm classroom environment. These strategies don't just benefit autistic students, they create a more inclusive classroom for everyone. Finally, we must remember the power of empathy, understanding that each child is unique, that their brains might process information differently is a powerful tool. It allows teachers to adapt their methods to meet each student where they are, not where the system expects them to be. The best teachers are those who take the initiative to learn about their students' unique needs and adapt their teaching methods accordingly. Let me share a story about a student who refused to wear school pants because the fabric was uncomfortable. This is not a tale of defiance or rebellion, but rather a narrative of uniqueness and the need for understanding. This student, let's call her Lucy, was not trying to break the rules just for the sake of it. She was neurodivergent, and the texture of the standard school pants was simply unbearable for her. It was a sensory issue that caused her great distress. In many schools, Lucy would have been scolded, disciplined even, for not adhering to the dress code. But thankfully, her head teacher understood. Instead of enforcing the rules rigidly, the head teacher adapted them, allowing Lucy to wear pants that were comfortable for her. This simple act of understanding and adaptation had a profound impact. The change in pants may seem insignificant to many, but for Lucy it was monumental. It meant she could focus on her learning instead of being consumed by discomfort. It meant she could feel accepted instead of outcast. This story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of seeing our students as individuals, each with their own unique needs and experiences. When we understand these needs, we are better equipped to adapt our teaching methods, our rules, and our expectations. It's not about lowering standards or making exceptions. It's about creating an inclusive, comfortable learning environment where every student has the opportunity to thrive. Imagine if every teacher, every school embraced this philosophy. The impact would be immeasurable. Thousands of students like Lucy would be understood, supported, and empowered to reach their full potential. And the beauty of this approach is that it doesn't just benefit neurodivergent students. When we foster an environment of understanding and adaptation, all students benefit. They learn the value of empathy, of individuality, and of inclusivity. They learn that it's okay to be different and that everyone has unique strengths and challenges. By adapting our methods, we can create a more inclusive and comfortable learning environment for all students. So let's strive to understand, to adapt, and to make a difference in our students' lives, because every student deserves the chance to succeed. Teachers are on the front lines, dealing with a diverse range of students every day. And it's no secret that each student comes with their own unique set of needs and challenges. As we've explored, understanding the science of neuroscience and its connection to autism can be a game changer in how you connect with and support your students. But this understanding doesn't just magically appear. It requires curiosity, commitment, and a willingness to learn. There are countless resources available: books, online courses, webinars, and even peer-reviewed studies that delve into the intricacies of neuroscience and autism. Embracing this knowledge can transform your classroom, fostering an environment where every student feels understood and valued. It's about more than just teaching. It's about nurturing, guiding, and creating a safe space for all. Remember, the key to being a great teacher is understanding and adapting to your students' unique needs. Educate yourself, make a difference, and let's shape a better future for all our students.